What up, y'all? Welcome back. We back. Your boy Stefan.
It's your boy Jiggy.
And you can tell we in a good mood. We starting off the pod with the right energy. Thank y'all again for tuning in. This is officially episode 21 of the EIE podcast. Everything is Everything podcast. The most diverse podcast on YouTube. Y'all turn on them notification bells. Like, comment, subscribe. We're coming to y'all every week, bringing you some of the most diverse topics, right? Good vibes, hopefully a few laughs, you know what I'm saying? We see some of y'all in them comments this week. a lot of engagement on them short videos.
Y'all be coming for my boy. But listen, man, we love the opinions, you get what I'm saying? And if you really have something to say, watch the whole episode because I'm telling you, you're gonna get more understanding of where he's coming from or what he's saying.
Right.
And how the whole argument went, or conversation went, but thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, listen, every comment matters, whether you agree, disagree, whatever. We like the engagement. We are glad that, because you know what it is? If we weren't saying something and they weren't replying, then we would just be doing nothing,
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we appreciate y'all, man. But Jiggy, how you been, bro? How's everything?
I've been good, man. I've been doing a lot this week, but especially with the birthday week ending. But I mean, I've been chilling, man. It's been exciting. I came in today. Listen, the Knicks didn't trade for Giannis, or nobody did. So I know they're gonna get him in the summer. So
right.
And then we're gonna win a championship this year. So that's always a good thought. But bro, this week has been very interesting, man. I put my head into just reading a lot of books.
I love that.
Just trying to get a better understanding of my surroundings. And I think we have some great topics to get into.
I really, bro, I was excited. Usually I try to get a nap in before the pod. I could not sleep prior to this episode. I was like, nah, I'm ready. Like, if it wasn't for traffic, I would have left the crib like at 5. But South Florida traffic headed to where we be heading at, it ain't sweet, yo. Not at all. But, the Grammys was this past week. And it was a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of happenings. Shout out to all the nominees. Shout out to all the winners. And shout out to everybody who, took the time to make a statement, which was a lot of people. But one person kind of got a little bit, I don't want to say it was a crazy amount of pushback or a lot of heat, but Jelly Roll, who won an award, had a great speech. His acceptance speech was dope. But on the red carpet post-award, people were kind of not feeling what he had to say. So I'm going to cue up this clip for y'all and let y'all hear what Jelly Roll had to say. And we're going to kind of get into why we feel like the backlash was maybe not necessarily unwarranted, but maybe a little bit preemptive in our opinion, right?
Yep.
So let me cue that up for y'all in just one moment.
I'm a dumb redneck. I haven't watched enough. I didn't have a phone for 18 months. I've had one for 4 months and don't have social media. I hate to be the artist that's static aloof, but I've become so disconnected from what's happening. And I'm just not I grew up in a house of like insane pandemonium and like I didn't even know politics were fucking real until I was in my mid-20s in jail. Like, that's how disconnected. When you grow up in a drug addict household, you think we, have common calls about what's happening in world politics? Like, we're just trying to find a way to survive, man, And I have a lot to say about it, and I'm going to in the next week, and everybody's going to hear exactly what I have to say about it in the most loud and clear way I've ever spoken in my life. So I look forward to it. Thank you for bringing it up.
So what Jelly Roll was responding to was a question about the situation with ICE. Artists like Bad Bunny, Doechii, Kalani, and plenty of others during that night took the night to make a political statement in support for the people in Minnesota and across the nation who are facing ICE agents doing atrocious things. Some of the stories we haven't even come in here and really spoke about. I feel like some of these were maybe a little bit too graphic, even for YouTube purposes. There's certain words we can't say, even when it becomes like people say unalive on YouTube, or they say grape when it comes to SA situations and stuff like that. But there's a lot of that haven't been taking place. So some of the backlash came and people felt like, well, if he's not saying something in the moment, then he's not really for us, or he's on this side. And Jiggy, I'm gonna let you go ahead and voice your opinion on it first before I even follow up.
I mean, people need to understand, that question was asked at the Grammys. Somebody that's going to the Grammys is under the expectation that they're going to go ahead and be, asked about the Grammys and their songs and different things of that nature. Maybe be asked about other people that may be there, right?
Mhm.
But, he gets asked about a question about ICE,
Mhm.
Let's just, I would just, challenge people to just think about it. That question came at the Grammys, him being asked about ICE. He got backlash because people felt like his answer wasn't adequate enough as far as somebody that's on that stage. And he should, respond in a way that, let people understand he has an understanding, right?
Mhm.
My question, not to you, Steph, but just to people, is just like, if he doesn't have the answer and he knows people value his answer, why would he give an opinion on an answer on something that he knows he hasn't taken his time to educate himself about, right? People so much want to answer for somebody that they don't care how bad or how bad it is. And that misinformation can lead to a lot of different things, you know what I mean? And stray people into the wrong direction. You know what I mean?
Right.
This guy clearly said he does not know, right? And I want to let's go to y'all jobs. I want to go to some of you people's jobs, and I want to ask you guys about the people in your state and some of the things that you guys could do to help economically in your state. And what are the views of the people that are there that are changing some of the laws in your state or in your city? And who are the council? I mean, if somebody just came to your job at your little award ceremony and asked you that question, would you have all the answers? Or would you try to act like you knew the answer? Or would you say, I'm not well versed in that on that, and I'm gonna take my time to go ahead and get some more information, and I promise you, when you guys ask me that question again, I'll have the answer. Something in that fashion, right? So, backlash. I felt it was crazy to judge a person on saying that they're gonna take their time to educate themselves or give an answer at the time that they felt like they'll be able to have that education and talk about it. So, that backlash was crazy. And tell me how you thought about it. How you felt about that situation.
Bro, I'm right in line with you. Backlash was a little bit tough, maybe even a little bit unwarranted. Even I've seen some people kind of like assume like what his position was or whose side he was on, and unfortunately for him, there's even certain stereotypes that's going to come along with being a white country artist. You know what I'm saying? So they're already lumping him into that. And not that I'm super familiar with country music at all. I'm not a country music fan like that. But Jelly Roll's been making big noise, and country's been on fire in the music industry. So I'm aware of who he is. He's even done work with Big X the Plug. So for him, what I would say, what I appreciated is just him saying, I don't know. And I think it's important that we allow people to be comfortable saying, hey, I don't know, versus saying something uninformed, putting their foot in their mouth, and now we really got a bigger problem. You get what I'm saying? And it doesn't just stop at I don't know. I'm glad that he did say that he was going to take his time and come back the following week. We got to keep track on that. We're going to keep track on Jelly Roll, see if he keep his word, if he comes back the next week with an educated opinion, right? Because that's like the steps in learning, right? And people get turned off from learning when they feel judged.
Yeah.
So if he didn't have the answers at that moment, like you said, if someone came to your job and you didn't know the answers to whatever questions they had and they ridiculed you, you'll probably be like, oh, F it. You know what I'm saying? And really not care to educate yourself further. So the only thing I will say, right, is that bigger than Jelly Roll, all of us have a responsibility. I feel like it's a civil responsibility to get informed on the things that are happening around us. It may not be on your street directly, but it's in the country you live in. And whether you see it day to day or none at all, or maybe only when you turn on your TV or see it through your phone, we're all in the confines of America, right? So we understand that people are feeling so strongly about so much, and rightfully so. We're going to dive into the Don Lemon topic just a little bit with his arrest, but so many implications and so many things are on the line and so many things are at risk where people are going to appreciate it more when you've taken the time to use a platform like the Grammys to make a statement the way some of the other artists did. But just as far as Jelly Roll, it's going to be crucial for him to follow up on his word. You know, I think if he doesn't, or he just kind of lets the situation flies by, I think it's gonna put a little bit more of a stain on him in a sense, where he may not, or he may isolate himself from certain people. I don't know what his fan base is specifically, but I feel like that's important for him to make sure that he lets his thoughts on such a powerful topic such as ICE and what's taking place, not just in Minnesota. I mean, Minnesota's probably like the focal point right now, but it's happening really in other parts of the country, and it's really a big issue.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, but I definitely do appreciate these celebrities that's in these spaces that speak about these things, no matter how much information they do or do not know. Showing support either way, because you know they may have a story that may be telling to one side of the story that people may not agree with. So you never know, right? But bro, I don't know about you people out there, but I'm sick of hearing celebrities' point of views on things that matter to us deeply, and I want to hear more from the people who are actually in these situations. You guys want to hear more about Jellyfish or Jelly Roll more than y'all want to hear from an actual ICE agent speaking about the situation or speaking about their point of view in that situation. You guys want to give him backlash. No, let's put these people who are at ICE, let them have clear communication with the people. How about we ask for that? You know what I mean? How about we get something or go more towards that direction? But I'm sick of hearing from celebrities. I don't know at what point when the president is about to be elected that we want to hear them. When something needs to be changed, then we hear another celebrity. And then again, when we don't hear a celebrity now, we fiending for it. Now, oh yeah, yeah. Oh, you didn't say. You said you don't know. I want a response. Like, yo, bro, we have to really understand that. Just because somebody says, hey, this is what happened, doesn't mean you know about the situation. You still have to truly inform yourself. And that's what we got a lot of in today's world. Somebody tells somebody something, somebody sees something, they don't inform themselves, and they think they know. And then they think they have a valid reason to give an opinion about something that they truly don't know about. Instead of just giving a valid opinion about a perspective, something that they can probably relate to in the situation compared to the situation itself. So to me, it baffles me in those ways. But you know, everybody got an opinion, right?
Everybody definitely does have an opinion. You ever seen the movie One Night in Miami?
Nah.
It's a movie about Malcolm X.
Oh yes, I did see it.
Yeah, you know, it was on Amazon Prime.
Muhammad
I think
Ali.
Regina King, I believe, directed it, if I'm not mistaken. Muhammad Ali. What was it? The full play? Was it Herschel Walker?
It was Joe Brown.
Joe Brown, yes, and
he was a singer.
Things gonna change. Don't tell me. Hold on, y'all. I know the singer's name. Don't kill me. Don't take my black card on Happy Black History Month, everybody. Oh man. Quick iPhone search. Sam Cooke.
Yeah, Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke.
Yeah.
My gosh. Sam Cooke. Sorry, y'all. I blanked out for a second. But Sam Cooke, right?
Right.
Part of that movie was Malcolm X imploring Sam Cooke to use his voice and his gift to sing about something greater than the casual things he had been singing about. Just something greater than just love. We all love love and romance and everything. But he wanted him to use his voice to inspire and push people to get excited about the change that could come. And I don't know if it's true or not based on the movie. A change is gonna come is what the song was kind of like the movie lending towards, like the inspiration of being, whatever the case may be. But I understand the need for celebrities to use their voices to make something powerful. You know, Marvin Gaye made What's Going On. Amazing album, powerful album. Kendrick made To Pimp a Butterfly. You know, Michael Jackson even had not so much just albums, but even singles like All I Want to Say Is That They Don't Really Care About Us. Like artists who have been on a high level of notoriety, fame, and power have used their voices to inspire change or to speak up for people who maybe don't have a voice. Because don't get it twisted, you know, the power definitely is in the people, right? But we also do need some help from people who are in positions of leverage, right? Because we know that in this world, you know, money, power, respect runs a lot of things. And for a lot of the common day folk people, we don't have the money, we don't have the power, and these higher ups don't respect us. So sometimes when you have someone who's in those positions to leverage their likeness to speak for the people doing the groundwork, it just pays dividends. And I feel like the two just have to balance. But like you said, though, we want to hear from people who actually are educated about it in the first place.
That's true, bro. You know, the thing about it is I actually half agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is because I feel like what you're saying definitely makes sense
Mm-hmm.
at that time,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because at that time, music, you know, held a little bit more value. The
Mm-hmm.
artistry was much better,
Mm-hmm.
right? The implications of the music was much more compared
Mhm.
to today, where we're getting cheaper versions of everything.
Oh yeah. It's a
So now
fact.
you're telling me the cheaper versions of everything. You want me to hear. You want me now to take the same message. You see how Ali was forced. They were
Mhm.
forcing getting them to say
Mhm.
to say something special.
Mhm.
Now you think that I'm gonna have the same thought process about the artist in today's world?
Oh no.
No, I'm tired of the artist. I don't want to hear what they gotta say.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? They're like
Right.
it's not the same. So it's like
Right.
I have agree with you because I feel like they pushed it. Change gonna come. These people gonna listen because at the time there was value there.
Mhm.
That same value. Not saying there's no value.
Mhm.
It's just not the same value.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mhm. No, and I agree, and that's we brought this up last time in our
It's
our J.
golden
Cole.
cash.
I like that. I like
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
No, but it's true, bro. Like we brought this on our last topic. The only artists that really have the actual skill
Yeah.
and the artistry to do something like that, unfortunately, now is Kendrick and J. Cole. But I mean, Kendrick gave us, like I said, To Pimp a Butterfly, the whole album, but then gave us a song like We Gonna Be All Right, turned into the whole theme song of the Black Lives Matter movement that took place in the last decade. And it's still going strong to a degree for those who continue to speak up about it and continue to speak against police brutality and injustices in America, right?
Yeah.
But also in Grammy night, we had one Kendrick Lamar set a record.
27.
27 Grammys.
27.
The most awarded Grammy winner of rap artists. Most Grammy-winning rap artist of all time, surpassing Jay-Z.
That sounds like a diss when we say rap artist, right? Don't it kind of in a way?
I only
right?
say it because like there's an artist here that has more Grammys than me. I don't know who it is.
You get what I mean, right?
Yeah, no,
because they're on
facts.
that stage, and it's like he means much more than just rap.
Yeah, no,
But then you're
100%, 100%,
But then we have to. It's like we have to fold to the mentality, like, yeah, you're 27, rap. You know what I mean? And it's like it's kind of like they force us to.
But hey, at this track, who knows? He might be going for who has the most Grammys? Let's find out how much more did Kendrick need?
Yo, that's a good question,
How
right?
much more did Kendrick need to be the all-time
like
Grammy-winningest artist ever?
Because then that's when we get more music from Kendrick, right? Because he got more Grammys to get. Just being number one here ain't it. You got to be number one here. I like the way you're thinking, Steph. You didn't say anything, but you said something.
I'm telling you.
I got you.
Woo, it's Beyonce. Still one of us. Happy Black History Month at that point. But hey, I ain't gonna lie. Beyonce got 35. Kendrick got 27.
8 more?
Yeah, that's not. He be winning 5 in the night. Kendrick dropped 2 more classics. He gonna get that.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if Beyonce gonna retire in no time
9
soon.
more. He need 9 more. He get 9 more. He's over.
9 more. Right. Nine. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's right there. He's right there with it, man. We want to congratulate once again. A lot of people won a lot. Bad Bunny won album of the year. Shout out to Bad Bunny. I'm looking forward to that Super Bowl performance. My dog Wellington, thank you so much for preparing me for this moment. Years ago when he sent me that Bad Bunny playlist, man, I didn't have to rely on essentials. I got my dog Wellington to supply me with the vibes back in like 2019.
My boy been learning Spanish.
Espanol.
He learned 5 words.
5. Hola.
All for the Super Bowl.
Hola. ¿Por qué? No, but
it's gonna be lit though, bro.
It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. Bad Bunny's show is gonna be lit.
Yeah.
But bro, let me ask you:
Is
Kendrick Lamar the greatest hip hop artist of all time?
I mean, hip hop artist. I think he's the greatest hip hop artist? I don't know. I don't think his story's over yet, right?
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? I
but
think
up till now,
we
have a 15-year, 16-year runway up till now. If we can judge based off his 16 years, is he the greatest?
Is he the greatest? No. I don't think he's I don't think he's you need me to put my mic up?
Oh yeah, just a little bit higher.
Okay.
Just a little bit
just
low.
let me know. I got you.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that people can hear my dog clearly.
I think my thing's a little
loose. Yeah. Just tightening up a little bit. I got to make sure when the people listen.
All
When
right.
Jiggy speaks, it got to be heard. You know what I'm saying?
But what was you saying?
There we go. Is Kendrick Lamar the greatest rapper?
Oh yeah. Greatest hip hop artist? No, I don't think he's the greatest hip hop artist. I think he means much more than hip hop.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I wouldn't put him into the box of hip hop. I know that's where he play. I know that's where he makes his music. I know that's what he does. I know he talks to those people. But the demographic, around hip hop is more black people. So yeah, he tends to more black people. I get it.
Right.
But I think what he's on right now is just pure artistry, past hip hop. I
Right.
think he can be on levels of his artistry like a Basquiat. Even though Basquiat did paintings, his artistry can be something of that sort. That means much more to people. People see from generations, and I think that saying just hip hop is he the greatest? No, we got people who love hip hop and rap battle and do all this extra stuff. That probably be the greatest hip hop artist. Yeah, there's people that give that, but he's past the point of hip hop, and no, I wouldn't say he's the greatest.
Who do you have as your greatest? If you don't mind me asking, this is a quick set. Do you not? You haven't really thought about it. If you had to say who's the greatest, who might it be?
If I was to say, I would say probably Jay-Z or
Okay.
Eminem. I don't think those two artists can go past the point of their artistry and music being just music. I think Kendrick can do it. I don't think they can. And I think Jay-Z has tried. His 444 album, he had talked about art pieces and tried to get his music to signify or symbolize something different than just actually rap. Transcend to being like an art piece. You get what I'm saying?
I love
and
it.
I feel like Kendrick has done that on much more occasions. I think
Right.
Jay-Z had to get to a certain point to get to that.
Yeah.
And I think
Right.
that Kendrick is at that point of making it artists, because that's what they're in it for. They're artists.
Right.
They're giving their artistry to the world, right? And in the confines of that, how well you do that is what I look at. You get what I'm saying? And Jay-Z, I would say Jay-Z, he's always plays the game. Somebody come at him, he's gonna come back at them. Kendrick doesn't respond to everybody.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So Jay-Z, I would say he's been a master of it, from style to responding to people, making sure people know they can't rap better than him.
Okay.
People know who he, and I think that's Jay-Z's stage. I think
Right.
Kendrick's on something different.
Okay. Oh man. Yeah, I mean Jay-Z is my like 1B or 2. I got Tupac, I think, is my GOAT. I think Kendrick's in my top 3.
But Tupac didn't live long enough.
So here's my thing with Pac, right?
Yeah.
I've never truly necessarily been the longevity guy. I'm also don't want you to be a flash in the pan, I feel like even if you gave, like in sports,
Yeah.
if you gave 7 years of dominance, you're probably a Hall of Famer. If you did, not everyone's gonna like LeBron, like that's like LeBron's thing for the GOAT, like the longevity, maybe not reaching the heights of Jordan, but being pretty damn good and doing that at a longer pace. It's kind of like his argument for it, where Jordan's just like, I just reached a peak that no one's ever really quite seen. That's kind of my thing with Pac, right? He's kind of like the Jordan in that sense, where Pac did not live long enough for us to see like a evolution of him, in a sense, but he gave out so much music in such a short span that in his discography, quality-wise, message-wise, and impact-wise, is on par, if not greater than a lot of rappers who've been rapping for 15, 20 plus years.
Heroes.
So, like, my thing with Pac, when I think about, like, you brought up 444, when Jay-Z was on at 444 in his 40s, Pac did at 18 with, Tupac, Calypsy, and Strictly For My Niggas, you know what I'm saying? Making songs like Trapped, making songs like White America, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, Brenda's Got a Baby, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're talking about a teenager making Brenda's Got a Baby.
Yeah.
And I can argue that Brenda's Got a Baby is probably as culturally relevant, if not more than like 90% of Jay-Z's songs.
Okay.
Outside of the music, he was a movie star. I watch Gen Z kids run up and down with Poetic Justice shirts with either Janet's face on it or Pac's face on it. You know who I've never seen on a t-shirt from like younger generations?
Who?
Hove. just never seen it. You know, I think that's why Pac is my GOAT, and like why I feel like Kendrick if I'm just going from a hip hop standpoint, probably edges him out slightly in a lot of ways, even though Kendrick admits to how much Pac inspired him. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a Kobe Jordan type relationship. But Kendrick's not a movie star like the way Pac was. And Pac was also a sex symbol and a fashion symbol. Like Pac touched so many different parts of culture. Like we were just talking about being outside of hip hop. He was like the first, like even A$AP Rocky, you know, he's been on a press run with just doing interviews everywhere. Yeah. And in a few of interviews, they've asked him about fashion. Who's like the first rapper to inspire you to do this fashion stuff and stuff like that? He's like, it's got to be Pac. He was the first hip hop artist to be invited into the high fashion world and being flown out to Paris by Versace to model their stuff and be welcomed into that light and things like that. So it's just a lot bigger than this music. But why I bring up Kendrick is that, you know, we talk about artists standing for something. You talk about artists making a statement. I'm still in shock and awe of last year's Super Bowl performance and using that platform to make the statements that he made during that performance and had the quality of music to be behind it and didn't even perform a lot of his classics. He straight up went off majority of recent music from the album he released like 2 months prior.
Bro, I think about it like this, right? I was wrong because I don't think personally Jay-Z and Eminem. I don't think they're the best hip hop artists. I was wrong about that. Actually, I think Lil Wayne is the best hip hop artist, and I think that there's no ifs, ands, and buts about Lil Wayne being the best hip hop artist ever, right? When you talked about Pac, you talked about somebody that ascended past hip hop also,
right?
You know, so. I mean, I don't think his greatness doesn't just stop at hip hop.
Right, yeah, right.
So, I mean, I don't think he's the best hip hop artist of all time. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? You may put Biggie there. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Not saying that he can't transcend past it, but it just at that time when we see him it was just hip hop.
Right.
Purely hip hop.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So when I speak about hip hop, you look at Wayne.
Okay.
Purely hip hop, and he's somebody that's been in the game for a long time doing it, right? It's kind of like when you were speaking about it, and I didn't mean to cut you off when I said it too. You said you were talking about Tupac, in the essence of hip hop. I look at Tupac like a D Rose. You get what I'm saying? Okay. And you get what I mean by that, right? I'm not saying overall. I'm saying in the essence of hip hop.
Because his greatness, because of that, the youngest MVP. Yes. You know, I get that, the impact. Like it was like a bombing off. Right.
Correct.
I got you.
You get what I'm saying?
I got you. But I'm not mad at that.
I think overall, you know, if you want to say the hip hop artist who has the biggest impact, of course, Pac has the biggest impact.
Right.
You said when you talk about hip hop artists, if we want to be specific, I'm talking about Lil Wayne. I'm talking about somebody that's going to every mixtape. I'm talking about he can get on a song right now and body a verse. You get what I'm saying? And it's just purely hip hop.
Okay.
Not anything else.
Okay.
Please, I see your face.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Okay.
But hip hop.
Okay.
And you can't tell me right now he won't body anybody that you think on a verse right now besides Kendrick. We're not talking about hip hop, not
as a caveat, Wayne is 5th in my top 5. Like my top 5, I think I said it on this pod before.
You did. Yeah.
Pac, Jay, Kendrick, Nas, and Wayne.
No, you said Super Hot Fire.
Well, Super Hot Fire got some bars. We got some talk. All right, Super Hot Fire. Listen, dog, don't flame me. Don't flame me. I seen you make a resurgence, dog. I ain't trying to be an example, dog. Don't do it to me, Bloodbath. But bro, you know what's funny? Because you brought up Wayne, because I didn't mean to make Wayne a topic because I didn't want to come in here to talk about Wayne. All right, you use D Rose for Tupac. You know who Wayne is to me?
Okay, who is
Scottie Pippen. Now, here's why I say he's Scottie Pippen. It's because if you look at Scottie Pippen's career, Scottie Pippen played for mad long, y'all. Scottie Pippen played. Wasn't Scottie Pippen on the Lakers in the 2000s?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And you look at Scottie's career average, it's like, dang, Scottie, you would have been a 20-point per game player if you retired like 10 years ago. Unfortunately for Wayne, because he's still active.
Yeah.
I have to take into account what you've done recently. Now, the reason why I was thinking about making Wayne a topic today is because Wayne keeps having these pity parties and it messes me up.
I
man.
know, yeah.
It irritates me. Why is he on Twitter having a pity party for not being invited to the Grammys? Bro, Wayne, I have been listening to you since I was 9, bro. And objectively speaking, I don't even talk in hyperbole, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The Carter 6 is quite literally the worst hip-hop album ever made. That might be my hot take. And when I say it's the worst hip-hop album ever made, I'm not talking about a bad album. I'm not talking about, dang, you released an album and only 4 out of the 12 songs I like. Like, that's a bad album. This album is not listenable. It is horrible. It was so bad, I just had like Game of Thrones type quotes coming to my mind. Like, this is unbefitting of a king. Like, it was bad. So that's how I look at because like Lil Wayne's, like, how you make like the Carter 2 and the Carter and the Drought and the Dedication 1, Dedication 2, Dedication 3 is cool. It goes on and giving legendary feature and verse after verse after verse. And then you make, I can't even have my hands on the camera, you make the Carter 6. The average out comes to be kind of Scottie Pippen like. You know what I'm saying? Where like I had to take into account what you've done the last 10 years. The same way I got to take into account what Kanye has done for the latter half of his career. It brings the averages down, bro. Wayne would have been Wayne should have been like Allen Iverson, knowing when to quit. You pound for pound the greatest, you know what I'm saying? Type shit. Then we having a different conversation. But not to get too far off of the topic, because I didn't make this a Kendrick topic, right? I didn't want to get too deep into Wayne. Pause. That was kind of crazy.
That was crazy.
That was a little bit crazy. That was a little bit crazy. But I guess my argument for Kendrick Lamar being the greatest rapper of all time will be not just the accolades, because I'm not using the Grammys as like a measuring stick necessarily to say like, oh, whoever has the most Grammys is the greatest or anything like that. But I mean, he's won a Pulitzer Award, the only rapper to do so. At this point, the most winningest rap artist in the Grammys, multiple BET Awards. I mean, every, I guess, like accolade, quote unquote, you can have. And then from a critical reception standpoint, I can just take his body of work and just put it up against, like, I take his 5 best and I can match it up against any, like, I named Pac, Jay-Z, Kendrick. If I just go, like, album for album, like, okay, Blueprint versus Damn. If I go, To Pimp a Butterfly versus the Machiavelli 7-Day Theory, you know what I'm saying? It's like, these are heavyweight fights, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can't say definitively if he's the greatest, but I'll be damned if he's not in that conversation for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No disrespect to you, Wayne, but get off Twitter and stop having a pity party, bro. We love you, dog.
But
Cut it out.
You don't think that, like, I think that just and walk with me here, like you say he's the greatest hip hop artist. I think that's kind of like the point of, he said to pimp a butterfly, right? And I feel like him being, being a hip hop artist is pimping the butterfly. You get what I'm saying? I don't think he worked that hard for him to be pimped like that. You get what I'm saying? I think it's like, and that's the point of what I'm saying. I feel like
to not be boxed in.
Yeah,
I think
that's the purpose of his messaging is that, you get what I'm saying? And I feel like he's so, and Jay-Z said this, in his music, and Jay-Z is one of my favorite artists, if not my favorite artist, if not my favorite artist. But he said, you have to dumb it down. You hear Lupe say, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you have to dumb it down. And I feel like Kendrick has done he's great. Because you can see when he battles people, he's great at splitting the message.
Right.
At saying one thing and you think this, because you're gonna think this, and and you're gonna think this. And he's able to split that message by saying one thing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And it's beautiful, right? And that's how he sells it, right? But if he's not able to do that in a way for people to receive it and understand it, then he'll never get to the point of being able to have that art that he has. You know what I mean? So I just feel like he's just great, at what he does. And I understand your points too, man, like about it. But I don't know. I don't think there's gonna be at any point. I think, like, for instance, you said he won what award did he win?
The Pulitzer?
Yeah, the Pulitzer Award. Bro, like, who knows what he may do next?
Yeah, no.
Think about when Kobe finished his career
He got an Oscar.
Facts. You get what I'm saying? Like it
Right.
becomes a point where you start thinking like, damn, these people are much more than just
right.
basketball.
No, you're right. No,
you
you're right.
I mean, but I understand your argument.
You're right.
With
No,
it.
you're 100% right. And I like, because like at the end of the day, PG Lang is not just like a record label, it's a whole production company, you know, and they do a lot of artistic work. I mean, they're doing great work with Cash App and helping people get financially educated from their background. So it's a lot of dope things they got going on at PG Lang. And shout out to Kendrick Lamar.
Shout out to PG Lang. That's dope.
Speaking of people who stand for something and use their voice to, you know, rap artists are somewhat reporters of the streets, right?
Yeah.
Don Lemon's a literal reporter.
Yeah.
And we came in here and we had spoken about his, I don't even know if I could say like involvement, but his being at the protest that took place at the church in Minnesota, where people walked into the church. Don Lemon, as a reporter, was chronicling it, not being a part of it, but chronicling it, saying what's happening, getting reactions from people, and, you know, being a reporter, doing what reporters do. Got arrested. Quick side note, I just want to say, if your pastor is an ICE agent, that would be like in a biblical sense, like of being a follower of Christ in biblical days and being a tax collector, which the two just don't go together. So for the people who are attending that church, I'm going to remind y'all again, here's a gentle reminder from a Christian brother. Do the research, dog. Do the knowledge. All right? Well, homie said, do the knowledge, nigga. But no, Don Lemon was arrested, and he's posted bail. He's free now. And there was other reporters who as well. I believe there's 3 or 4 other reporters who were arrested for chronicling protests. And it made me think to myself, I'm like, where exactly are we going?
Yeah.
Like this is literally, like, people love to say freedom of speech, right? Oh, my freedom of speech. And they think this freedom of speech is to be able to say mean things on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's not what freedom of speech is. Freedom of speech is so that people can go to outlets like a newspaper or, local TV and report about the government, and the government can't silence them. They can objectively give opinions based off facts and what they're seeing and give criticism to the government. So when you live in a society where a reporter could be chronicling something and get arrested for it, it makes you think, like, are we going backwards further than or quicker than we really thought? Like, are we at that point where, like, you're gonna start seeing slowly but surely your rights be infringed on? And man, to link it back to the Jelly Roll topic, I'm still trying to process and comprehend what the implications are. Like, how do we avoid that? Like, even us, I mean, we're not reporters, we don't have degrees or anything like that, but the fact that we enjoy the freedom to come up here and voice our opinions matters. Like, what if they start censoring YouTube? What if they start saying, like, oh, we don't like your opinion on this, and next thing you know, this is like third world countries with dictators, where people who are, being trampled over can't even have a voice to say we need help.
Bro, honestly, with him, that this topic specifically, right? You ever been in a situation where you around certain people or end up in trouble just because you was around certain people?
Mm-hmm.
And that just seems like the type of situation this was in, and the reporters in. They're doing their job. Brings the question: is media safe?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like
kind of like media safe.
Yeah, kind of like what you were saying. But at the end of the day, you got to realize, the game that's being played.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And, just I don't know, bro. It's really hard for me to comment on things like this, That's why I'm stumbling on thought.
Right.
Now, I'll be 100% honest with you, and I'll be honest with you people. I don't, Don Lemon, I forgot who he worked with before. Because CNN. He worked with CNN. And, CNN, they have a agenda of what they speak towards,
Right.
right? Versus, the other, network, you know what I mean?
Right.
And, and I don't know what game is being played at this point. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't know as far as his opinion or what he's saying, how far is it, how he feels, or how far is it being controlled, right?
Right.
And of course, he's not working with them now, so it's kind of like, oh, we're hearing his thought.
Right.
You
Right.
get what I'm saying? But
Independent journalism. Right?
exactly. We feel like we're hearing his thoughts. You get what I'm saying? Which is cool. You get what I'm saying? You got to go through the fight. You know what I mean? For people to understand what the fight is like, and you give your true opinion so people can understand what it's like.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's the casualty of war. You get what I'm saying? When Malcolm X stopped being part of stop being what was it, a Muslim. And no, he didn't stop being. He got suspended. What was it that happened where they banned him from being Muslim?
In the Nation of Islam.
In the Nation of Islam, right? And he got banned from it, right? So there was casualty. There's things that happened that wouldn't have happened if he was protected or under with them. So I feel like that's the same thing, but just with the media, just with with that, you know what I mean? So it's he's not being protected in certain ways like he was before, based off what I'm seeing, right? And these are the things that are happening afterwards. I feel like it'd be very interesting to hear his perspective after the point and why he thinks this truly happened. But yeah, to be continued.
Definitely to be continued. And, it is a topic that, I want to delve deeper on as we get more information. I did hear him speak post bail when he actually got out of jail. It's a long speech, so I can't really necessarily play it on the podcast. We'll be sitting here silent staring at y'all like this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. For a little bit too long. But you brought up great, like you said, casualties of war. If indeed a battle is going on, I think the next question is, how do we start weaponizing ourselves in the right way? How do we start getting prepared for some of these battles that could be headed our way, And that's, you guys at home watching, please leave in the comments. Tell us how you feel. How do you feel like we can better prepare ourselves? What do you think the implications are? How did the situation make you feel? Because it was a stir of emotions for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like upset, disappointed, shocked in a way. Yeah. But
so you think you can truly prepare yourself for an invisible slap?
An invisible slap? Watch a lot of anime, dog.
So doesn't that? I know.
I might be able to sense that coming.
Yeah, right. It would be challenging, though, right?
No, 100%, 100%.
Right? I look at it like that. All the things that we're dealing with today, we feel it, but we can't see it. It's like Dave Chappelle said in his comedy special. There's something going on, and I just can't put my finger on it. Kinda.
That's bro.
You get what I'm saying? And and that's the basis of what it is. And I don't know what's going on. Am I going to just run to the first thing I see, or am I really going to just really look at everything?
Right.
And that's what's happening with me right now. I'm really looking at everything. I'm questioning everything, and I think that's what we all should do. Look at everything and question everything. Never accept everything. And if you come to an answer, ask another question, because that's when you're going to truly get the answers you're looking for. Simple as that.
It's a fact, bro. I got one more slightly heavy topic, but an important topic, because this situation that happened online, I had with a conversation with a friend, not to bring their private conversation on air, but just to talk about the mentality, right?
Yeah.
And I was curious to hear your opinion on it, because this also links back to the Sebastian Telfair situation that we spoke about at least maybe 2 or 3 times on this pod. So Glorilla, if y'all don't know, Glorilla is a young, prominent female rap star dating Brandon Ingram on the Toronto Raptors, right? A lot of hits. She was also Grammy nominated. Shout out to Glorilla for being Grammy nominated. But her sister came out online, and I hate when family members take family issues and bring it to the internet. It never goes well. It never feels good to see people's personal lives being internet fodder. So this conversation isn't going to be about their personal family business, but like the internet does, right? She came to the internet saying, oh, Glorilla doesn't do this and doesn't do that. On and on and on. Mind you, Glorilla is one of 10 children, right? They're from Memphis, Tennessee. And I don't like her sister bashing her online, saying that she doesn't do enough for her family. To broaden the conversation, we were talking about the pressures Sebastian Telfair faced coming out of New York, ending up back in the projects in Coney Island, and the pressure of taking everybody with you. The conversation I had with a friend was facing that same pressure, but mind you, we're not even in that same position. But just, having family that comes from dire circumstances, and, you hear about a cousin or a sister or aunt who is facing this, and say, dang, how can I help? I want to do something to get help. And I had to talk to him and like, bro, at the end of the day, we can't be someone's savior. Like only God can be someone's savior. We can always do what we can to help. But it's such a fine balance. And for those who ascend to stardom like a Sebastian Telfair or a Glorilla, the pressure to provide becomes multiplied. You weren't even expected to be in this position. And in my mind, I'm like, this is an age-old argument, but I guess it's something that's always going to be had because people don't understand that money's not infinite. Most people, especially if you don't come from money, you hear $1 million, I'm rich for the rest of my life. You can blow through $1 million in a year quite easily.
So let me ask you a question. If you got $100 million, let's talk about if you got, we don't know what Glorilla has, right?
Right.
I'm just gonna say
she got a pretty penny though.
I don't think
Brandon Eden got some money.
Probably him, but I don't know. All I know is this. Let's just set it like this. Let's say you have $50 million right now.
Right.
Right. Do you know some of the family members you would make sure are taken care of and do the things of that nature? Like the people you're going to take care of. You know certain things that they got going on. You want to make sure this is taken care of. You want to make sure would you use your money in order to make the people around you better, your family?
Oh, yeah.
If you had 10 siblings.
10 siblings, so that's all right. So I'm glad. Okay, so that's where. Let's start with the siblings. For me, mom and dad come first.
Yeah.
Right. So mom and dad get sorted out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a planner.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy mom and dad like a $10 million mansion or anything like that. But I'm gonna make sure it's somewhere nice, somewhere comfortable, maybe gated, maybe not.
Yeah.
But the 10 siblings, right? Giving somebody something that they're not ready for can also be a detriment to them.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, if someone gave me a Lamborghini right now, it's gonna be more pressure than a gift because I can't maintain this. If I took this to get an oil change, I can't afford a Lamborghini oil change. I can't afford Lamborghini brakes. I can't afford the tire. I can't afford the insurance on a Lamborghini. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, even if Glorilla's looking at her 10 siblings, or if it was me with 10 siblings, it wouldn't be so much like taking care of them.
Mm-hmm.
It would more so be like me positioning myself to be a stepping stone to their success. So like, okay, what is it that you want to do? If it was like a sister, if I had a sister who wanted to be a hairstylist, well, I'll help you go to beauty school. I'll pay for beauty school. That's something that's feasible so that you can get, to a point where you're self-sustained. You know what I'm saying? Versus a lot of times what these conversations sound like is take care of me. Mm-hmm. So many comedians have these types of, I'm forgetting which one that was like, I think it was, what's homie with the mustache always says, Mr. Potato Head, Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Where he was like, yeah, I got to the point where my family would call me for something, and then I wouldn't return their call for like 2 weeks later. And then when I call them, like, oh, you figured it out? Like, yeah, I figured it out. It's like, oh, see, you didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't need me. So it's like, it's that pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would always be willing to help somebody. Like, I'm the type of person, like, I'm always throw you a floating raft, but I'm not going to let you drown me.
No.
Because if we both dead, ain't nobody going to save us. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, bro, at the end of the day, either even if it's your sister, your parents, there's always going to be a child, or there's always going to be the person who is receiving that's going to feel like they're not getting enough. in a situation where they feel like you have something more than what you're actually should be giving them, right?
Right.
And it doesn't matter if it's a child, sister, if you're the person that's in the lead, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? You know, and no matter how much you do, you get what I'm saying? Because you can do as much as you. People are always gonna forget everything you did before because you didn't do for them now.
Oh my God, ain't
You
that
get
the
what I'm
truth?
saying? And it's like it could be. We talk about Sebastian Telfair. You talk about Glorilla and them. Yes, there's gonna be some hate. There's gonna be some hate coming out to their way. There's gonna be some things they didn't do. They're not perfect. You know what I mean? And they definitely not gonna be perfect in your eyes because you're not getting what you want. So let me dim that light on them a little bit because they didn't do what I want. You get what I'm saying? You see how it's like even when you are the one giving, the person still wants to hold a little control over you as far as emotional wise because they want to control what you give now. You get what I'm saying? People can't accept certain things in certain aspects. And I asked that question about what you do if you had 10 siblings. And I asked myself that question. You know what I mean? Listen, bro, if I had 10 siblings, I've come to the point that, when you grow up, you'll be caught up on materialistic things.
Oh,
and that makes up for the hole that's in your, that hole you have emotionally, wherever it may lay, whatever insecurities you may have, right? And at some point, I think I would get to the point of, past those insecurities. And once I get past those insecurities, the materialistic things wouldn't hold value in certain things. Now, like you said, bro, you can't just be like, oh, you know what? Benz for you, Beamer for you,
Lambo truck
with the leather seats.
Goyard bag. What's all them Goyard bags?
Yo, listen, so you can't really
Birkins.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't you don't do that. You know what I mean? Because as soon as you give somebody all the answers, they ain't gonna have no more questions.
That's
As
true.
soon as they start having no more questions, that's when they stop searching. And when they stop searching, why are you even living?
Teach them how to
You
fish.
get what I'm saying? So that's the basis of it.
That's the truth.
And yes, I would definitely bless, but come from me, it's gonna be hard. You know what I'm saying?
It don't help when your boyfriend Brandon Ingram, he got like $100 million contract.
But I did. Yo, bro, you're right.
I'm only joking.
I know you're joking.
It's like, nah, I seen the record label you got. Yo, Gotti done paid you, and you with this nigga. How much? He got a Jordan deal? Oh shit.
Yeah, but that's not her man. And that's not her money. How you looking at a whole nother? I don't care if my sister, my brother.
It's
but
like,
I know what you're talking about.
Type, you know what I'm saying?
But it's like, yo, bro, like. I was about to say something crazy, but yo, bro, listen, bro. Listen, yo, bro. Just because I got it good, don't get it confused with I got going good for what you don't got going good. This going good over here. It don't jump over there. You know why? Because something happened here for me to got it good. You ain't get that, so watch me get it got it good. I got. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. I wanted to say something else. But
you're right, and that's I like how we should end it because she got it good. Family, treat each other like family. Please don't take nothing to the internet.
Don't worry about how I got it. Don't worry about how I got it. Just know.
Pocket watching, man.
Yeah, don't worry how I got
pocket
it.
Watching.
All up in my
You know
pockets.
who probably can't watch no pockets for a little while?
Who?
Tio Terrafimo. Or Terrafimo Lopez. I can't even say his name. Because Shakur Stevenson. Whoo! BTA. Oh my God. I mean, Michael Irvin couldn't put a better belt to ass than this, bro.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm sorry to cut you off. I promise you.
Ahead.
Because before you get into that fight, I think I should get in the before fight. Before that fight.
There's a precursor. Precursor.
First of all, bro, listen. So I'm like this. All right, let me get this fight. All right, I get the fight, whatever the case is, bro. I'm like, all right, cool. And you know what? They not on yet. 11:30. All right, this is even extended a little bit. All right, cool. Let me watch this fight. I turn on the fight. I just see this dude fighting or whatever the case is, and I just see like a line around his head. So I'm like, meanwhile, I don't know what happened before then, right? So I'm like this. Nah, something happened. Nah, there's no way. See, there's no way he came out here like that. So I'm searching online for the clips. I couldn't find the clips or whatever. They replayed it back. They replayed it back. Bro, I seen it, the dude hit his head, bang. Bang, that shit said, bang. Bang, went back. Bro, and then I'm looking at it, I look at the fight, I'm like, but he won though. But
You
he
gotta-
won though.
you gotta
so
win.
Then, look. I'm like, yo, I gotta hear this dude's story. This dude just got his wig pushed back. Still won
Like
the
literally,
fight.
like the hair came off his
Yeah,
head.
and I'm like, where's he from? I listened to the Breakfast Club. This dude is from up north. I said, okay, I get it. He laughed at himself and said, I'm still gonna win. Shout out to you, brother. I want to say shout out to you and your hairpiece. And you still won. And you came up on the Breakfast Club without your hairpiece, bro. Shout out to you, bro, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. Ain't nobody can say nothing to you. They don't want to see you. They don't want to see you with the hands.
Hey, listen, no, they don't want to see him with the hands, right? But they might want to see his barber and say why he got out there on a bad lace front. You know what? This is prior to the fight. Let me give y'all a quick story on how this fight went for me. Right? Me and some of the guys, shout out Vaughn, shout out Iffy, shout out Alex, shout out the homie Terrell, right? We were supposed to go watch it at Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
I called the night before. It's like, yo, y'all gonna show the Lopez versus Stevenson fight?
Yeah.
They're like, hold on, let me check. They came back like, yeah, Lopez fight? It's like, yeah. But when we got there, usually if it's an Hispanic fighter and a black fighter, the place packed.
Yeah.
One pack. It's like, what the hell going on? Man, bro, the owner walked by. I was like, hey, well, y'all gonna show the boxing match, right? Nah, they got it wrong. A few people told us. I was like, oh, come on. So I had to go on, hit that illegal website when I got to the crib, but I ain't gonna
I
incriminate
don't know
myself.
what you talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Had to go back to like the old
But you
days.
found the fight.
bootleggers. I found it though.
Yeah.
But guess what though? I did see another fight. Now, we there, so we having a good time, catching up with the guys. And they got the UFC fight on, right? I don't know nothing about UFC. I'm not a mixed martial arts person. I'm a boxing fanatic, right? But the place got quiet. Because I guess it's one of the main events.
Yeah.
And they turned up the music. And I hear the Notorious B.I.G. Hold Your Head, the one with Bob Marley. You know that song?
Yeah.
And I can't repeat the verses on here because it's a really dark song. But the guy walking out, hoodie on like this, you know what I'm saying? Like hoodie on like this. Yeah. And then Biggie starts rapping, when I die, and I want to go to, because I'm a piece of, and I said, oh, shit. He ready to die in that ring. I said, I don't know who this is. But I never seen no one walk out to that song in any combat sport ever. Even at a baseball game, I ain't never seen someone walk up to that. Like, you don't play that song when you walk up to the plate. So I'm thinking like, yo, bro, homie about to go in there and like catch a body.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be serious. Man, let me tell you something, right? He had blonde hair, dyed blonde hair, right? You know how the fighters be.
Yeah.
He got in there. Not only did he lost, he got put in the same headlock that Freaky Zeke got put in. Remember Freaky Zeke said, I got put in a headlock like this. And it was so tight, I swung my feet up. I said, Freaky Zeke might be a better fighter than this dude, because at least Freaky Zeke can swing his leg up sideways.
Yo.
And get out the way and reverse him. Listen, y'all, just type in Freaky Zeke story on YouTube. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I promise you, it is one of the funniest stories.
I gotta see that.
You will ever. You know the one I'm talking about?
Nah, I gotta see it.
Oh, nah, for real?
Nah, I ain't see it.
Bruh. I'll show you when we get off camera. One of the funniest stories ever. So I said, after seeing that dude, I said, Biggie rolling in his grave. But back to the Shakur fight, bro. Great start to Black History Month, man. T.O., did you see what T.O. was on prior to this fight?
Yeah, he was on. He was saying a lot of stuff that I questioned.
A lot of racist things, buddy.
He was welcoming him to his manhood. He just kept saying,
You know?
He thought it was all a joke.
Yeah, thought it was all a joke. A lot of which monkey want to get the banana, huh? You know what I'm saying? A lot of N-words being thrown around. You know what I'm saying? Probably couldn't see out of both his eyes at the end of the fight. I said, Hey, listen, man. Black History Month, every great American boxer has been black. All of them. Floyd, Muhammad Ali, Tank,
Joe Louis,
Sugar Ray. Like the list goes on. And it was just a great start to a month, and a great start and a precursor to another great sports weekend coming up, the Super Bowl. Super Bowl this weekend. Don't know which party I'm gonna go to, but I'm gonna be somewhere. I'm gonna find myself in someone's living room eating all the chips and dip. What I bring? Greetings in my hand.
What's up, guys?
So guys,
Oh my God.
find a good seat.
Oh my gosh. Right? But who you got winning?
Here's the thing, right? I got the Seahawks win. I got the score being like 27-20, but there's a part of me that feel like the Patriots can pull a little bit of an upset. It's a very small part, and I don't know if it's like the Cardi B good luck charm. I don't know if it's the Stephon Diggs. You know, the Stephon's just greatness. Anybody named Stephon's probably done something good with their life. Right?
Man.
But I can kind of see a world where things just don't go the way for the Seahawks, just like it did the last time the Patriots and Seahawks lined up, right?
Yeah.
And probably the last closing up of the episode, Giannis did not go to the Knicks like you mentioned before.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all, I am not Shams. I am not Woj. It's been so much movement happening in the NBA. The whole deck got reshuffled. But you know one thing always stays the same. And that's the Miami Heat, because they ain't doing not a damn thing.
I was wondering where you was going. I was like,
the Heat said, we cool. Not a trade,
they really
not
thought
even
they
a
was
wave
gonna get
player.
Giannis. They really thought they was going to get Giannis.
I mean, who would you give up? You got to give up everybody for that, nigga.
You would have to give up Bam. And
Tyler.
And Tyler. Like,
You would have just had, at the end of that trade, you would have had Giannis
And Pat Riley.
and Pat Riley and Norman Powell. That would have been the squad.
And they would have been like, yo,
Pat Riley, you
come back?
gotta gear up. You gotta come suit up. You ain't coaching no more. You gotta come put on some shorts. But yeah, but I mean, and his hey, listen, y'all gonna have to go to Woj and them, Shams and them to get all the trade updates. I know Woj retired. Go to NBA Centel because he's never wrong. He's just early. But we appreciate y'all tuning in. Man, this is a fun episode.
Absolutely, man.
I feel like this was like we got good topics. We got to it. You know, we try to get straight to the point, but also being nuanced with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once again, y'all, please like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for interacting. Thank you guys for subscribing. You know, you still didn't pick your nicknames yet. I'm gonna keep saying the Jiglets. If y'all don't want to be called the Jiglets, we all Jiglets. Because we gotta stay jiggy, right? Even when life is tough, just get jiggy.
Just get jiggy.
I'm gonna start playing
And
the
not
Will
Will
Smith.
Smith jiggy.
Oh, I was gonna say, should I play the Will Smith song?
Yo, I want y'all to always remember this, right? That Get Jiggy song that Will Smith made, that the person who made that was Rakim. I think it was Rakim that actually
right.
made it. Yeah, Rakim made that actual song. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to let y'all. Is it either it was either Rakim or who's the one who made Smooth Operator?
Smooth Operator.
It's either Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, or Big Daddy Kane.
Mm.
They made the song. He just rapped it. You know, they said Get Jiggy.
No matter
Remember
what, that song was all made by legends. And listen, we are gonna catch you on the next one. Peace.
One.